First visit to ILBS and it's been long due. So when Dr. Sareen told me about the World Kidney Day, I immediately said yes, I will come because I thought it will serve the dual purpose of one is that to speak with all the experts. Second is that I will also have a look at ILBS as well. So thank you, Dr. Sareen, for this opportunity. And it's always difficult to follow up after all the experts have spoken, especially Dr. Mathur and Dr. Anil. Both of them have given such a detailed presentation about organ donation and the importance of kidney health. This World Kidney Day, the theme is kidney health for all. So now this is something that whenever we talk about organ donation and all, we are in the top 5 when it comes to organ transplants from the live donors, and probably we are not in that range in the cadaveric donations. But the affordability, the kind of, the patients who can actually go through this transplant procedure. Now that is something, we all have to look at, because still it is one of the procedures which is not affordable by everyone. One is the availability, second thing is the affordability. So this is something that from the government side, we have been constantly working for this. And Dr. Anil had given, the information about the various government schemes and all, where we are trying to reach to everyone. So, and ILBS has been, the forerunner in terms of the liver transplant, and they have been doing really good in kidney transplant. So we would take your help, and already we are, re-looking at the way the organ transplant program is being run in the Delhi government, and we would obviously take your support and help in, placing a good structure of how all our government hospitals can come into this network, and how we can set up the organ retrieval centers, and and support the transplant and take the program forward. So that is something that we are already looking at and already working, and there has already been 2 meetings, and we are continuously working towards that. So that is something that's very important. Second thing is about the awareness. Unlike other donations, this is something, especially the cadaveric donations, the patient, the family goes through a very tough time when there is a loss of life. And then to convince the, the relatives, the close relatives, to actually make them donate the organs of their loved ones who have just expired, that is something, it's a very difficult and a very sensitive matter. I think consistent awareness creation, not only in media and all, but there was during our time, there was a lot of apprehension about blood donation also. Not everyone were willing to give blood and all. There was consistent effort, consistent awareness creation. There were, a lot of things play a role, not just awareness creation in papers and all, in movies also we see heroes donating blood suddenly and all those things, these all add to a lot of things. So we need to work something on this. We need to have a comprehensive effort towards creating awareness about organ donation, and we need to make the teams in the hospitals to be, to be sensitive towards it, and to be, to be able to sit across and talk with the, talk with the patients and talk with the relatives, and tell them the importance of how it is and what contribution their the loved ones that they have just lost can contribute further to the society and all. So that is something, it's a very sensitive topic. I think we need to have sustained training programs and continuous engagement with every hospital, and to have dedicated teams in the hospital to put across. We come across, these days there are a lot of, you take the IT industry, there are a lot of recession and a lot of job loss and all. But then we have a dedicated team which is talking, when they are laying off also, there is a set procedure. they engage with even though they are letting off the employees, they have a set procedure to how to handle over the period of transition, how they move out of the organization, how they can look forward. So some kind of structured way to handle the handle the organ donation, especially the cadaveric part that I'm talking about. So whenever so that kind of setup, that kind of SOP, that kind of strong organizational setup in every hospital needs to come. So there we have to work. I think we need to work, and I would be very glad to work with Noto as well, Dr. Anil here as well, and we will take this forward. So again, among the presentations, there was one Dr. Mathur's slide. There was 3 points. It's very important, I feel, because physical activity, avoiding junk food. This has become everyone knows this, but still the discipline is not there. Probably somewhere there is temptation. Sometimes one feels that okay, probably in a week we can have a binge session, and all those things are there. But there were 3 points that stood out. That is, one should feel it's okay, one, to be positive at all times, one. Second thing was about to reduce stress. Now this is very important, especially for hypertension and all. And third is to stay social, to not stay aloof, to not feel loneliness and all. These 3 points are very important, I feel, to avoid sedentary lifestyle and to have a active lifestyle and this thing. So I think these are very important points that we have discussed today. And I, from my side, from the government side, what we can do is we have to work together. We have to build a good team. We have to set up a good network among all the hospitals. And also Dr. Sareen is already working, he is heading a committee which is looking at the infrastructure and other parts. So probably we can look at this as well, and how to take it forward so that the work is distributed equitably, and then more government hospitals come into the transplant network. So that would certainly help the patients, that will make it affordable and take the program forward. So this is all I have to contribute today, and I'm so glad. And one more thing, I just at the end, today's generation, the ones that are joining today and all, they are quite active in Twitter and social media. I see a lot of, there is a hashtag Met Twitter as well, and there are quite some doctors from our own and ILBS also who are quite popular in the social media. I don't know if you are aware. So if they can all be engaged as well, in this kind of a program and all, I think it will send a message. The story that you told today, the poignant story of the baby contributing for 2 lives. So these kind of messages, if we can have a kind of, if their parents, if we can speak to their parents and have a small video clip or something that is, spread out and all, that will that will convince a lot of people. So I think that kind of a sustained campaign has to be there, and I'm sure that a lot of people are there with good heart. They will all come forward and they would be able to contribute successfully for the program. Thank you so much. Thank you.